Hello, welcome to Tarot by the Moon. This is Tasha. Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me once again. Thank you for hanging in there. I'm a little bit later than I would have liked to have been doing this one, but I don't know if I really am, if you know what I mean, because it's all in divine timing. It's all as and when it should be. I want to say last week was a very intense week with a waning moon. I had one of my legendary migraines at that time of the moon. As I've explained to you before, I always seem to get them around that time when I'm sort of purging everything. There was just a lot of stuff going on, and I needed to take a little time out from doing this, from this basically. So it's like as if the divine had, sort of messaged me and said, just take the time out, it's fine. But I'm back now, and I'm so glad to be here with you all, and I want to say thank you once again to everybody who's been in touch with me. I've had some amazing exchanges since I spoke to you guys last, amazing. You lot thought, you guys here, some of you guys are like such an inspiration. Each one of you are inspirational people, and the exchanges that I've had with you guys of energy in between the readings has been on another level. Let's just say that. It's been fab, and you know you are. So lots of love to you all. Thank you to any new subscribers, because I think we've got a couple of new subscribers here as well, a couple of new members for our lovely little soul tribe. So hello and welcome. Thank you so much. This is a intuitive tarot reading. This divine source messages, they may or may not resonate with you. Part of it may resonate with you and parts of it may not. So it's interesting to see what comes up, and we're working with the energy of astrology as well, what's going on with the astrology at the minute and with the moon phases. That said, we're in a new moon today. It's Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday. Sorry, it's Wednesday while I'm recording this. Now, it's a new moon in Libra. There's been a lot of, again, see, it's funny how it works out, because I was sort of, kicking myself up the backside through the week that I hadn't got this done, but then there was so much for me to learn in that interim as well. Literally, I don't even know where to start with any of it. Again, a lot of deeply personal stuff, a lot of new stuff to deal with. I've been listening to a lot of astrologers, like deep expert astrologers, not just your mystic Meg, your proper deep expert astrologers, people like, what's the lady's name? Pam. Oh, name's gone out of my head, it's terrible, and I tune into her regularly. I'm gonna have to start getting these things right for you guys. There's so much going on. Also Astrology Hub, if you pop over to there, there's a lot of professional advice on there. Now, so through the week last week, I was thinking, right, new moon in Libra, and as with all new moons, it seems to be a general rule of thumb. New moon is about setting intentions, yeah? Well, yes and no. Now, this is what I mean. So, listen to Pam Gregory, my loves. Check out Pam Gregory. Please subscribe. Wonderful person to listen to. Wonderful depth of knowledge. Please check Pam out, and please check the guys at Astrology out as well. Well worth a listen to those podcasts. Now, you're going in and you're thinking, right, new moon, okay, Tash, let's set our intentions for the autumn again. Yes and no. Because after listening to Astrology Hub podcast yesterday and listening to Anne Ortley on there, another expert, and I mean experts, this particular part of the new moon, yesterday, today and tomorrow, which would be Thursday, actually this little bit there, vanishing. And I thought, now see, you could have not known that and just gone straight in with the general knowledge of, it's all about setting intentions. This little bit here, and she'll explain it to you why much better than I do, because of the positions of different planets and mystic rectangles and what have you. This little 3 days that we're in here now, vanishing. And I thought, we need to know that this is maybe a reason why I haven't been able to get my act together to do this until today. All this different information coming up. Now it's interesting because we've been, and I know I've been trying to get rid of several bad habits. If there's anything, basically the long and short of it is, if there's anything you want gone out of your life for good, forever and ever and ever, this 3 days that we're in now is a time to, do your rituals, do your work, even if you're just setting an intention within yourself to give up a bad habit, for instance. Say you're giving up smoking, for instance. These 3 days are so powerful. Planets, the universe will support you massively, much more than they will for time to come, okay? This is an opportunity not to be missed with banishing. So hopefully I'll get this video out in time for you to have value out of this information. I hope so. I'm trusting in the universe to see what it brings us once again. And then after that 3 days, as she explained, then it's intention setting on this particular Libra moon, okay? Now, interestingly as well, there's so much I could say, but I've just got to try and keep it as simple as possible on you. I always talk about the chakras, and I want to talk about the chakras again. And I'm sure this is my favourite combo of chakras, but I stumbled onto a lady who was a chakra expert called Sonia Choquette, and basically she backed up everything I was already thinking and saying. Also, I've heard professional psychic mediums saying that the throat chakra is so much more than we think it is, and that when it gets blocked up, so our heart, our throat, and our third eye, okay, and I've talked about this before, what's trying to come up out of our heart, that's the truth, okay, that's the truth. It could be, and very often times is painful to express, very often times is going to ruffle feathers, upset people, etc, etc. We're trying to bring it up through the throat chakra, okay. When we're not able to do that properly, that's when our third eye gets blocked. So then we're not seeing clearly, we're not picking up other people's communications clearly, and that means verbal and non-verbal. It's vibrations, that we're reading. And obviously that's invaluable to somebody like me, but I thought, well, that's invaluable to us all, isn't it? Because the quicker we can all learn to sort of pull the truth out, the sooner we're going to be ascending, the sooner we're going to be creating a better world for us all to live in, etc, etc. And she explained it beautifully, and gave some very practical exercises to go along with that. Very simple, very practical. Sonia Choquette. So I do recommend you have a little look at that particular... I've lost where I'm going with that. Oh, that was the other thing. No, I haven't lost it. I'm just being shown it. That's okay. I've talked enough about that, is what it's saying. This is obviously as well. I say obviously, it's not obvious. It wasn't obvious to me until today. Let's put it like that, because that's what I mean. I have to take my time in between doing these readings, because it's important I get it right. I don't want to just force myself on you when I think I should be going on you and just slamming out a reading. No, there has to be that wobble. I think I explained it in the first video that I ever did. There has to be that wobble in it for me of energy. I have to feel as well that the energy of the last reading has shifted, if that makes sense. And it certainly has, I feel. But one thing I wanted to say, and I've just been reminded to say it, and I'm getting cautioned into saying it right now, is that if there was anything in the summertime that you felt really close to manifesting in your life, okay, something for yourself and your loved ones, maybe, whatever it was, whether it was better health, money, abundance, love, relationships, friendships, whatever it was that you were trying to manifest through the summer, and it felt like it was so close but it didn't quite hatch, okay, this little patch that we're in now, this new moon in Libra, this is a good time to rescue that. That can be rescued. What failed in summer that you put your energy and intentions towards, and it's like, oh, come on, universe, I did everything in the book or whatever, and I still didn't get my manifestations. We're in a magical little zone now over the next few days. I'd say it's over the next 9 or 10 days, we're in a magical little zone. And this is, you know, if you check out the references I've given you to check out, you'll see where I'm coming from, to actually rescue whatever that was that failed. And I'm loving that. And I thought today's the day that I am going to do the video at last. I'm ready now. Because I feel that for myself, and I feel that for all of us. The other little things I wanted to share with you guys. Now, I've had some major news this week. I've had some difficult news this week, yeah, let's just put it like that. So I've got my inklings, yeah, but my energy is very much focused with one particular friend of mine at the minute, and they don't actually follow this channel, although they are a believer. They're just not into following channels and things. They are somebody that I've read for before, and they are somebody that I've become very close friend with, actually. So my energy's very much with them at the minute, but I was going to tell you about my inklings because I feel like they are attached to them more than likely, because I'm so zoned in on them right now. But I'm going to share them with you guys anyway, in case I am missing something there or getting my energies confused, okay? I keep getting the date, December the 16th, shown to me very clearly. I have no idea why. Like I say, I've got my suspicions. I think it might be something to do with a friend of mine who's rather ill right now. And the name Melanie, M-E-L-A-N-I-E, Melanie, December the 16th, Melanie, okay? I'm sharing it with you because I try and share these things with you guys. Literally, if I had to sit down and share every single weird thing or every single insight, we would never have long enough. So all of that being said now, I'm just going to go in with the reading. Thank you so much for sticking with me through my preambles always. I know they're a bit random. I try to cover the phase of the moon we're on. I try to cover a little bit of the astrology as much as I can understand it. I try to include anything that I think might interest you guys. Please continue to give me feedback, please continue to give me likes, please continue to give me shares, please help me to grow this channel, please help me, it means the world to me. Please continue to get in touch, I absolutely love it. So that's being said, I'm just going to call in just the vibration of love, as we always do a tarot by the moon. We're just calling in the vibration of love and only love, the highest vibration of love and only love into this reading for ourselves, for the collective, for anyone that comes up, anyone involved in your reading, all of your loved ones. Nothing but compassion, love, radical compassion, highest vibration of love for the planet, for Gaia, for all of the animals, the plants, the life we don't even understand, the interdimensional life, the life on other planets. Nothing but love, and only the highest vibration of love comes through these readings, okay? So whatever we get today in the reading, we're filtering it through that, okay, my loves? We're here to serve as a conduit for divine source messages that will aid to guide us all, both collectively and as conscious individuals. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all of the love I've been shown and all of the support that I've been shown. Since I started doing this, which was back in the summer now, I believe, sometime during the Lionsgate portal, wasn't it? Really enjoy doing them. Hope to do more of them for you in the future. Here we go. Now, in case any new viewers are watching, I only tend to take the cards out the jump, okay? That's just the way I do it. It's the way I've always done my tarot readings, to be fair. I've tried to do them other ways, and I do occasionally do them other ways, but this is my intuitive way. So here we go. I knew it was going to be, this pack was all for me today when I meditated on them earlier. Now, just to explain for any new subscribers, which I know we've got a few of, air, water, fire and earth, okay? Air, water, fire and earth. So the air section represents our mind, our thought processes, our mental states, okay? The water section represents our heart, our emotions, okay, and our feels, what we're feeling. The fire section also represents our feelings, but it's more about our will and our drive and our capacity to get things done, what's actually coming from our solar plexus, our divine spark. And in the area of earth, this is what we're actually manifesting on the physical plane, okay? So this is how it's all filtering through and manifesting on the physical earthly plane, okay? How we're doing that. So let's have a look what came up for us this week, my loves, as we're going into the new moon in Libra. That's the energy we're going into. We're still seeking balance. It's very much about balance. It's very much about honouring the light and not being scared to look at the dark within ourselves and within what's going on outside of ourselves also. Let's remember we're trying to rescue things that perhaps didn't quite work out through the summer. Let's try and keep our heart, throat and third eye clear. Let's do that. When we do that, we're able to be really present. We're able to yearn more. It's all to do with this area here, especially spiritual work, okay? So I'm going to go in. Okay, 9 of Cups. Now straight away I can see that we've got no reversal switch this week, which is quite refreshing after the last couple of weeks with what we've been through here. 9 of Cups is a very nice card to be starting off with. What's fallen down there? Something fell down there. Did you hear that? Right, let me just take a sip of water, my loves. We've got 9 of Cups to start us off in our area of air this week, okay? It's a nice card. It's a nice energy. It's about contentment, okay? It's about, you know what, feeling quite... I want to say feeling quite pleased with ourselves there, quite almost like there's a little bit of a celebration, almost like there's a little bit of in our mind, in our mental states, there's a little bit of a recognition, which we deserve, which we do deserve, because we've come a long way, and I know many of us watching this indeed have come a long way, and you all know, I know who you are, I see you, and you all know that. And we have come a long way, and before we sort of unfurl ourselves and move forward into this autumn season, fully into it, let's have a look at how far we've come. Let's have a look at all the work we've done on ourselves, because there has been a lot, and I know that because I talk to you guys, I talk to many of you, and it has felt like that. I feel like this is a bit of a... It's almost giving ourselves a pat on the back mentally, you know, to say, well done, you've come such a long way, well done. What's that nice, actually feeling content in your own mind, actually going, well, I've done my best. It might not be perfect, it might not be finished, it might still have a ways to go, but feeling a lot calmer in our mental states. I love that. I'm so grateful for that as well, my loves. Feeling content perhaps with what we've got around us and accepting as well, you know. Not sorry, it's a little fly or something come to join us, bit spirit. Can you see him? You're picking up on that camera. There's a little flying creature here somewhere, a little signal from spirit. We've come a long way, yeah, and it's about being content with what we've got and learning to be happy with what we've got as well, and I think a lot of us are learning that, and that's certainly reflecting in our mental states and thought process at the minute. I mean, you know, we'd all like to have probably more, yeah, we'd all like to, you know, everybody likes the nicer thing, everybody, you know, it's only natural, it's only human to want the nice one or the better one or the pretty one or whatever, you know. But I feel like a lot of us have matured here, and we are learning to be content, to see the value in what we've got around us and within ourselves. And yeah, we're just rolling with that at the minute. I love that. It's nice and simple. It feels really simple actually this week there as well. Now we're going to expand more, and more always comes up. And straight away now my energy's being drawn to this 4 of Swords in our area of water, which is all about our emotions, our heart chakra. I'm sorry this is dark today, if it's coming out dark. I've run out of candles, and the only candle I got is one that gives me a headache, so I'm definitely not lighting that. But the light is coming and going because it's a bit cloudy outside. Now, the light is coming and going, interesting. Okay, I'm just going to bear that in mind in there, because that just feels like it's part of this somehow. Now, Four of Swords in our emotions isn't as contented as the Nine of Cups, okay? Although that is there, we're holding that vision in our heads. In our hearts, we're still craving for peace. And this one's come up a few times for us. And I feel like, you know, collectively on the global and amongst our beautiful little soul tribe here, this is absolutely true. And many of us are craving for peace globally, within our communities, as well as within our own personal lives, okay? Now, I said this came up quite strongly the other week, this card, and I think I said to you then, you know, it's not you, okay? It's not this guy, is it? I mean, look at him, he's the image of peace. It's all of the nonsense that's going on around you that's outside of your control, okay? So it's about craving for peace. This guy who is literally praying for peace. He's literally hid himself down behind a wall where he feels a bit safer, and he is literally praying for peace. And look at his expression. He knows that it's coming. That's not a face of anguish. That's not a face of, oh, you know, they're going to get me or any of that. It's a face of complete trust, complete faith, complete peace. Because now I'm getting a download here. Here we go. Yeah, he's smiling at me. It's like the only way we're going to get that place of peace then, and this is about our emotions, okay? This is about our heart and our feels. The only way we're going to get to that place of peace, okay, is by being peace ourselves, is by actually embodying peace. That's what I'm getting here. We're not going to get to that place of peace by struggling, by overthinking, which we're certainly not. I mean, we seem to be pretty balanced in it. Not by overthinking, not by over-strategizing, not by joining in, you know, if you can't beat them, join them with this nonsense, you know. Not by any of that. The way to peace is actually to just embody peace. It's just to just set up the vibration of peace within ourselves. It's to just embody peace, literally, and be peace, and then you will get to your peaceful solution, your peaceful place, the whole world. Excuse me, my throat chakra is asking me for some help with this. Excuse me. Okay. That's how we're going to bring us all into this divine place of peace, is by actually just embodying peace ourselves and being peace ourselves, okay? And the truth is, that's what we truly are. The human, I mean, we're an animal at the end of the day, you know, if you want to look at it from an organic sort of point of view, we're an animal, we're a kind of a monkey, you know. And the natural state of us as an human animal then is peace, I believe, is love, is joy, is play, is, you know, it's all of those things. That's why we feel so anguished and out of kilter when we're not in those environments, because our actual natural state is peace, love in there. And I'm so proud of us as well, because we're staying in it, and we've been in it for a while, and we're not quite at that peaceful place. There's a church up there to signify perhaps that's where he needs to get to, the peaceful place, okay? And we're not there, and I know this card has come up in a lot of my collective readings as well, so it's like we're still using that patience, we're still learning to embody peace, we're still learning that, and we're doing so well. And it's about that, having that pure faith that it's going to be, that eventually it is going to be the natural state for the world and the natural state for all humanity, okay? Hang in there, my darlings. Next one, the devil. The very devil himself. I mean, it is spooky season, so let's humour him a minute. Let's give him some, let's see what he's popping in there for now. This has come up in our area of passions, and solar plexus, willpower, and how we're getting things done. Now it's interesting because one thing I didn't make in my notes, but one thing that I sort of held in my head as a side note that certain people have been talking about this week, and because it's been weird. It's been like, oh, the Libra new moon, straight off the bat, well, it's about setting intentions, it's about balance. But that's like only the very, very surface of it. And then there's like so many experts, astrologers and readers and various people like this who've got different insights on this. And one insight that kept coming up, as I've been dipping in and out of various podcasts and what have you, which is like what I do pretty much all the time. If I'm not doing this or reading for somebody or seeing to dogs, I'm usually listening to people who, you know, who I can learn from. There's a lot of actually sexual energy, I want to say, coming up here. Now, I said it like that. Ooh, sexual energy. But it is. The devil can represent many things, but that's the one thing that has just been shown to me straight away there. And it's linking up with some other things that some other people have had insights into this week. So this might be... and I mean, it's passion as well. It's coming up in the area of fire, yeah? So it feels like a lot of those sorts of issues are going to start to be addressed. Now, this might be globally. We might start to see, hasn't there been big stories in the news about sex crimes this week? Actually, it's just flashed into my head now because I haven't read them properly, because I wasn't in a state to read such horrible things properly. But I'm pretty sure some light's getting shed on some kind of sex crime things that are going on. So this could be relating to that. It could also be asking us, because I can see now, and I've never seen this before. I love how it works. Here we go. I've never noticed that he's kind of... So although he's the devil and he's got his one half of his face in the skull, if we take away that and put his face just like this, okay? Now, I've never really looked at this before, okay? And I've had these are the oldest cards that I've ever used, that I've got, yeah? He actually looks like he's blushing. He actually looks quite shy. He actually looks quite sweet. I want to say, it feels like somebody's just looking to seek a little bit more just of physical passion in their lives here, in this collective. And obviously a lot of people are going, it's very often the case of people just don't want to own up to that, because obviously that's your private business and whatever. But the timing is right for those sorts of things as well. The timing is right for looking at what your needs might be and how you can address that side of yourself. Yeah. Now, he's offering us Desandure, this devil, as well. Now, he looks pretty friendly there, to be honest with you, this particular devil. Obviously, there's something here that... He's asking you to look him in the eye, okay? He's asking you to look him in the eye and be honest. I've never had this download with this card before, but that's the beauty of this channel and how Spirit is helping us, okay, to understand what's going on. He's asking you to look him in the eye, okay? Even in the other eye that perhaps is a little bit freaky there. There you go, freaky. Because that's okay. Whatever that is that you're feeling... It's okay, it's your... It's fine. It's not anything to be afraid of, is what he's saying. Okay, so long as you're comfortable with it and you're not, putting your opinions on, forcing yourself on other people or anything, making other people feel uncomfortable, and unless it's their issue to begin with, obviously, then you've got nothing to fear here. I feel like the devil's actually holding out a hand there. He's got a plant on there, which he's pulled up by the root, and I feel like it's about healing, and I want to say sexual healing. I didn't expect none of this to come up in this reading, but there it is. That's what I'm being given, okay? Sexual healing. Now, the warning with the devil and sexuality is that it does get, toxic. So maybe some of us are addressing issues here that... our sex lives have become a bit toxic, okay? Our love life might become a bit toxic, and as a result of that, our sex lives have become a bit toxic as well. Also, repressing your sexuality is toxic. So if there's anything there that you're repressing, you know, time to address it. Obviously, if there's a toxic sexual situation in your life, then it's time to start to clear that and let it go as well. I feel like this is global as well. I feel like this is about a return to innocence, and I keep talking about a return to innocence. But I really feel it because I've never seen this devil in that way before. And when I've done that, he actually is. He just looks like he's innocent. Like he's just got that little blush there that he's just realising, oh, you know, I have a need. I have a need for sexual energy, and, you know, I'm offering this healing. Okay. It's interesting when we work with seemingly, you know, a stereotype of the devil is a very negative energy. All of the cards, might I say, have positive and negative energy. Now, we just instantly think, oh, the devil, it's the worst. It's not. It really isn't. There's so much to each card. And there's both good and bad equally in them all, is my take on it anyway. And I'm pretty sure that most people would agree with that. He's asking you to return to innocence within your sexuality. He's asking you to reveal anything that's, I mean, because there's this crack here as well that I'm being shown. It's like a crack. Okay. Now, repressing the truth about your sexuality will only, you know, fracture you. That looks roughly around his heart area. I mean, you, of course, we'll, you know, anything like that. If you suffered sexual trauma or anything like that, it's, it can all be healed, and it all does heal with time. It might leave a scar for sure, but things heal, yeah, is what I want to say. So if there's anything you need to speak up about or talk to anyone about, like I say, get in touch with me. I've got a strong shoulder, okay? I've heard it all before, my darlings, and I will always put you in the right direction to professional people who can listen to you and help you if you have become, you know, victimised or affected in any way by any of those sorts of issues. Okay, I want to say, because with the devil card we got to be careful as well. Anyone here is getting bullied, being made to feel uncomfortable about their sexuality or having their sexuality taken advantage of. Please let the right people know. If you feel like you can talk to me, I'm always here and I will always put you in the right direction, okay? I'm only here to help you to take care of yourself, really, okay? Via spirit. So I feel like this is a mix, but this is an issue that really wanted to come up because I kept hearing different experts saying it. I wasn't really feeling it, but I sort of put it to the side notes of my mind for you guys. So it could be any number of those things come up there, but I feel like it's coming through strong, this in particular, okay? Now, just take a sip of water. Mr. Milo's been back and forth a lot, I've seen him. He's the most wonderful dog. Now, just going to move on. In the area of Earth, where we're manifesting, the beautiful Empress, hell yeah, oh yeah. Now, I love that. She's come out the right way around this time. We get the Empress a lot because a lot of us here are on our we're on our ascension path, basically. A lot of us listening to this right now, I know a lot of you guys, like I said at the beginning, your energy is so wonderful, and a lot of us are ascended, are in touch with our divine masculine and our divine feminine sides, are bringing those things into balance and are manifesting that out in the world. And last week she came out. I think she came out for us every week, to be honest with you, this beautiful Empress. But she was upside down, I remember, because it was like, ooh, she's still there for us, but she's not very happy right now. Now she's come out the right way round and she's come out in Earth. So since the last reading, something's definitely shifted and something's definitely healing out there, okay? She's come out in the area of Earth. I love that. So that's what we're manifesting. That's what we're projecting out the rest of the world. What we've filtered down through the divine, what we've filtered down through air, water and our fire into our earth is the beautiful and magnetic Empress. And as I always say, she's worth every queen in the tarot. There are 4 queens in the tarot, each magical, each special. But this, she's the 4 queens. She is the 4 queens and then some. She's the most divine expression, highest expression of divine feminine energy. And that goes across the board, because I know I got a lot of guys, a lot of you, male listeners as well here, and you guys understand that it doesn't make you any less manly at all to be in touch with your Empress energy. In fact, it makes you more manly. And I'm sure if you're listening to this channel, you're wise enough to understand that as well. So it's about confidence, it's about like rocking it, perhaps it's about understanding what we need as well and what we don't need, okay, because it's important stuff where you're putting your sexual energy, right, what you need, what you don't need, getting that sorted, manifesting this, staying in this, this is so strong, this has come through so strong in all the readings, staying in that, embodying peace, dealing with any sexual issues, yeah, they need to be dealt with now. Perfect time to do it, according to many experts. And also the self-care with the 9 of Cups is coming through, and the contentment. This is a lovely little reading, and I'm very grateful for all your beautiful energy, and I'm really picking it up here. I'm going to go in and just try and clarify it a little bit. I'm going in with it off again, my darlings. Instinctively, what have we got here? Oh, right, one's already in my lap, so we'll take that one there, and we'll take that one there. And we'll ask for 2, that one's jumped, there's two, right, okay, let me just, so it's that, okay, and then I'm going to ask for one from you. Yes, flipped. Oh, another 9 of Cups, there you go. Fantastic reminder from Spirit there. Okay, so that's our star card today. It's flipped out twice. Now, to clarify that 9 of Cups in the area of air, we've got a 5 of discs, okay? Now, 5 of discs does have a little bit of anxiety attached to it. 5s tend to have anxiety attached to them, okay? So there is a little bit of financial worry here. I mean, you're doing very well. You're learning to be content with what you got, which perhaps is nowhere near enough, you know. But you're learning to be content with that. You're continuing to improve things as much as you can. But there is a little bit of worry here. There is that financial worry. There is that stress. There is that, holding on, okay. Now, last week we had a 4, because I remember talking to you about lack mentality. It's moved on to a 5. It's getting a little bit better. And when things have been really bad, a little bit better is a lot better, especially with finances. So I'm happy with that, because it's progress, to be honest with you. It's progress from where we were. And now, this is all to do with our mental states. This is all to do with what we're drawing in with our vibration. When we're worrying about things, we're causing them to manifest. Things that we didn't want to manifest, like more money worries or whatever, yeah? And we talked about this quite a lot in the last one. So I feel like this has moved on a little bit. It's moved on 1 increment. And 1 increment is a lot when things like that are concerned. And when things were down that bad as they were as well, which we were reading last week. So I'm really happy with that. And like I always say to you guys, when we got a 5, okay, there is a bit of anxiety attached to a 5. It's a little bit, but there can always be, any obstacles can still be overcome when there's a 5, okay? So hang in there, and well done for improving things even just slightly, even if it's just in your mental state, because that's where it begins. If we set up a vibration of abundance within ourselves, even though we don't feel very abundant, that's how we're going to bring it to us a lot quicker. Please trust me with this stuff. It's absolutely true, and I know many of you are already starting to see the effects of that from that, what we just talked about with staying in the peaceful vibration to bring peace about, yeah? Well, it works the same. The vibration you want to bring about is the vibration we have to embody, And that's really difficult when things have been tough for so long, especially with finances, especially in today's world, in that 3D reality. That's just so tough. But we are moving on. We've moved on slightly, and moving on slightly is worth more than you think. When things are very, very bad. So they've improved slightly, and they're at a place now where we can push it on again and again. Let go of the worry. Stay in your positive vibration. That's how you attract abundance, is by being grateful. It's by being grateful for everything that you do have around you, being aware that you probably already got more than what you need of just to get through the day. Allowing abundance in as well, allowing it in. It's a case of being open to receive once again. Now, like I said, we're in a banishing bit at the minute, so this might be a good time to just sort of focus on banishing those money worries, focus on banishing that lack, okay? And then over the next week or so, actually set new intentions to draw yourself into to embody abundance, to embody peace, to embody health, to embody all of those things that we're trying to manifest in the earth plane, okay? And we're doing fantastic, and I can't believe what I've just seen there as well. There's another Empress. I'm so happy with this reading. And there's a message from Spirit to say, so you should be. That phone should not be ringing. That's the phone I use for work, and I'm not logged on for work. So how spooky is that, folks? That there is a manifestation of what we're saying, okay? There's been a few weird things from this house in the last 24 hours, I've got to be honest, but it's that time of year, isn't it? Coming up in our area of fire, we've got a 3 of discs, level 3 discs. Something's coming together there, okay? Something's moving forward, something's being built, something very solid. This is in our area of passions. Okay, so this was linked to the devil, and that was linked to sexual energy this time. So this feels like, okay, this is building towards something. So if there's somebody that you've got your eye on, yeah, as a new partner, something's building. There's an energy building there. There's a build of energy there, movement. And didn't I say anything that you sort of tried to manifest in the summer that didn't manifest? Yeah, now is a good time to sort of rescue that. It can be rescued right now. This is what I'm feeling it is for somebody. Okay. Now it might be that you're getting the momentum and the courage to speak out about something, or to speak your own truth. That could be anything. It could be anything from coming out to actually telling your partner that you're not really feeling this or that anymore, okay? That you feel perhaps that it's become toxic and that you need to change, or you need to change the way you're doing things, or you just want to have a break even, because sometimes that's okay as well. Sometimes you need to have a break to restore that energy. But whatever it is, the energy to get the thing done that you're wanting to get done is definitely building. Universe is definitely backing you up on that. I'm feeling as well, because I'm being shown fire and water here, and I've never really noticed that before either in this card. It looks like waves of the sea to me, and those look like suns. Okay. Fire and water is quite like, obviously it's a clash. Sometimes opposites attract though. And I know the ancients, especially in the Scandinavian folklore and everything, they say everything was made out of frost and fire. It's very primal. Even though it's opposite, it's still kind of the same, if that makes sense. Frost and fire I'm getting there. But it's a chemical reaction. It feels like chemistry. It feels like chemistry, and that can be sexual chemistry, obviously, as well. I also want to say there's a quality here, there's a standard here. And I don't know why I'm saying this, I'm just being given it. It's not anything to do with the card meaning. This is just something I'm being given right now. If it feels like somebody's trying to raise a standard maybe on perhaps what they've experienced before or are experiencing now. Sexuality is a secret thing, secret thing, something that we little understand, I really think, in today's society. But maybe this is something to do with secret sexuality as well, because I think maybe some of you there might be trying to learn about those kinds of things. It feels like there's going to be a huge raising of the standard of I want to talk about tantric things and things like that as well. I feel like there's a lot of that coming into this. So, you know, when we're talking about sexuality, it's not all wham bam, thank you ma'am, is it? It's a whole subtle system of energies and exchanges. Doesn't necessarily have to culminate in the obvious things that we think of in the 3D anyway. It really doesn't. It's about magnetism. I want to talk about those things. I want to talk about secret sexuality there as well and everything in a minute. Well, with anyone out there, you know, looking into those sorts of things and learning about those sorts of things, well worth the effort and well worth sharing as well. I feel like it's something that we shy away from. I feel like it's something that in the future humanity will be more at peace with. I feel like it's needed in the world because we cannot solve all these problems in the world until we learn to trust each other, and that means, you know, whatever gender you are, whatever you identify as, and all obviously between the male and the female. I mean, the balance there needs to come back big time. I know everybody watching this gets that, and it's one of the biggest issues on the planet. And to me, it's like, well, no wonder we have war and, you know, discord and all of those things when we're not at peace with our own male and female, our own yin and yang, and then we're not at peace with the people around us and what they are expressing either, you know, or trying to, I feel like this is going to be a bigger issue in the world generally as well over the next couple of years now. I feel like we're really going to turn a corner with all that. I'm so glad we've got the Empress here. We've got double Empress, yay, what a happy ending to this reading. We've got double Empress in Earth, so this is what we're manifesting. And I mean, talk about sexy. I mean, she is. I mean, she's the top, you know. There's no one more magnetic than the Empress, and she's come up again to remind us how fantastic we are, how magnetic we are, how beautiful we are, how special we are, how ready we are, because there's no one more ready than the Empress either. There's no one more ready for abundance. I mean, look at her. It's the very image of opulence and abundance on either card there, really. She's so ready for abundance. She is so ready for her sacred sexuality. She is so ready for peace. She is so ready for, you know, all of these things. Oh, I missed one out. Guys, I'm so sorry. 8 of Rods. I love the 8 of Rods. Has come up in the area of water, our emotions. This is about messages coming in. This is about messages coming in thick and fast. Interestingly, it's the only tarot card in any set that doesn't have figures on. It's just got arrows on, right? And it's to signify messages coming in. Now, these can be uploads from the divine. This can be messages from spirit. Or this can literally be communication from people that you're waiting for communication from. I feel very strongly here, like I say, that somebody had something going on in the summer and that it didn't quite gel. And that there feels like there's an energy right now of trying to rescue it, okay? All of the sexy stuff's coming up. It feels like that for somebody personally, but I want to say on a general, we might start feeling very much open to communicating with each other. We might be getting a lot of messages from people that we haven't heard from a long time. It's still in Mercury retrograde, and that happens a lot in Mercury retrograde as well. People from your past will just get in touch with you, old friends, old lovers, family that you haven't heard of for ages. People will be reaching out at this time. But also, I like to think that when I see this, to me, this is about this is why we need to work on our chakras, okay? This is why we need to work on that throat and that third eye and all of that. Because we're not going to get out clear messages from Spirit unless... And they're there. The messages are there, whether we've picked up on them or not. Spirit's always working with us. Spirit is always trying to show us symbols, signs, clear messages sometimes. But we're not going to be able to receive them if we haven't done that original work I was chatting to at the beginning about the heart and the throat and the third eye being clear, okay? I feel like it's a reminder for that. And I feel like that also is tying in with this need for peace. So there will be perhaps some good news out there for some of you who are following this channel regarding finding a more peaceful environment. Maybe you're looking to move home. Maybe you're just asking to have more peace within yourself. Maybe you're asking to be free from people who bring you down, a low vibe, a negative energy. Just suck the life out of you, never mind how hard you've been working, believe me. Maybe you're going to be free of that, but it feels like good news coming in on that front. Okay, good news coming in on that front, where you've stayed in your peaceful vibration even though it's far from peaceful all around you. Perhaps now at last you're going to start getting some good news, messages from the divine. I've looked at this as well, and I've remembered the old thing of as above, so below. As above, so below, because it's like a pyramid there, look, a double pyramid, and you've got the rainbow, and it's like, right, so there's all this hope, there's all this as above, so below. So it means, it kind of means getting in touch with your higher self, being in your higher vibration, okay? And when you're in that higher vibration, then you're pulling through Empress energy into the earth, into the 3D, into the present, okay? I'm loving that. You guys have worked so hard. I feel like you guys have been working really hard, but not making it hard work as well, and that's the trick, isn't it? It's about staying peaceful. It shouldn't be about fighting. It should be about flowing. It shouldn't be about, oh, I've got to struggle now to be spiritual, or struggle to do my tarot reading, whatever. No, if it's a struggle, then pull back, all right? If it's a struggle, have a day off. If you're finding yourself fighting to get spiritual practices done, no. We've got to be flowing, and that's what I'm seeing here is a beautiful flow. And to sum it all up, we got that Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups has come out twice for us. It's come out as our filter now, and it's come out as our very first card. So this is all about, we've done so much work, we're very content, we've been doing so much self-care, and there's still a little bit of room for a little bit more. We're holding space for more to come into our lives. We're holding space for, understanding sacred sexuality. We're holding space for understanding how fantastic we are, and how we can bring even more abundance to us quite easily when we start to live in that vibration. We're starting to understand that embodying peace is what brings peace. As above, so below. Let's get our divine messages. Let's get in contact with all of that. Let's stay open. Okay? I love it. This is such a positive reading this week, you guys. It feels really positive, and it feels really refreshing, because the last couple have been pretty heavy going. Okay, and I know a few of us out there, because I know you all get in touch with me and everything, and I know a few of us really felt it very strongly. It was so heavy. That's okay. There's the whole point of doing these things. It's a healing. So it was really heavy, and now it's lifted because we pulled it up and we looked at it and we dealt with it. Stay in the flow, because I always think of flow when I see a Nine of Cups. We've got 2 Nines of Cups and we've got 2 Empresses. So what's that telling us? Stay in the flow, stay in the contentment, keep doing the work, keep doing what you're doing, basically, because something's going right, yeah? Keep doing the self-work. Don't expect yourself to be perfect. Don't beat yourself up on what you didn't do. Congratulate yourself on what you did do, okay? Don't worry about the rest of it. Tomorrow's another day. Take it easy. Stay content. Rock in the Empress energy. Okay. Confidence. You're glowing. One of tarot readers that I've learned quite a bit from describes this as a glow up. So we're having a bit of a glow up at the minute, and I love it. It's such a good new moon. It is intense. The energies are going to get intense. All of the deep astrology experts are saying the next 6 months are going to get even more intense than they have been. But that's okay, because we've been preparing ourselves for it, and we're not to look at the big picture and freak out. We're to stay in the present moment, which is all what this reading, I feel, is about. It's about staying clear, to stay in that present moment. So as we're able to receive our messages from the divine, okay? Honouring ourselves, honouring our sexuality, okay? A return to innocence. Whatever that means for you, you know, that's what we're doing. And the glow up right at the end there. So I love it. So we end the last one with 2 Fools, and now we've ended this one with 2 Empresses. So that goes to show how much work can be done in a relatively short space of 3-dimensional so-called time. I love that. It's beautiful, and so are you guys. And I'm just going to go now, because I can actually see that my battery's going to run out on my laptop now in a minute, and that would be a disaster. So I'm just going to round it out by saying thank you. Please hit like if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share this with your friends, like-minded people on any platforms that you think will help me to grow. I'd love to grow this channel. It would be a dream come true, and you are all a part of it. Thank you for sharing your beautiful energies with me. I really, truly appreciate every single one of you. Stay in the flow, and I'll be back in around about a week's time. I'm so excited about this autumn. I've said to you right from the beginning of autumn, I've got a good feeling about this autumn. It's going to be beautiful. I feel so much better for doing the reading as well, so thank you for allowing me to do it. I'm so humble to each and every one of you, and I'm just going to leave it there now and just say namaste. Okay, my loves.